What you can't change will change you, and what you can't destroy will destroy you. Make up your mind to deal with that issue. Confront it and live life totally unhindered by the past. Hi, this is Judy Achero, and you are watching Deep Talk. Deep Talk is a program that deals with real life issues, helping you confront them and live life totally unhindered by the past. A time comes when we have to stop assigning so much importance to the past, so much that it affects our future, and we have to make up our mind that we will deal with every negative thing that happened in our past, deal with it, confront it, and move forward. Now, today I want to talk about forgiving somebody and forgiving yourself. At one point in life or in the process of life, you will go through things that you will do yourself that will hurt you and that you shouldn't even have done, or people will hurt you. And two things happen when that happens. You can either choose to forgive them or forgive yourself, or you can choose to stay in anger, resentment, and unforgiveness. But the choice is yours. You must choose which one you want to do. And so, as we are approaching Christmas, we're in a Christmas season, I want to address this issue because this is a time when we go home and we meet with family and we spend time with friends. And this can be a very hard time for some people because you get to meet that uncle who molested you, or you get to meet that stepmother who treated you in a different way when you were growing up, and it can mess up your holiday season. And so this program comes right on time, just before you go and meet with friends, before you meet with family, to help you forgive them and be able to embrace them, to be able to have a wonderful time, holiday season with them, loving them and having let them go of what they did to you. Some time back, I was watching the TV, and there was this man who's been married for 45 years, and he was in an interview, and they asked him, what can you say is the number one thing that has kept your marriage together for 45 years, married to the same person? And I expected him to say love, expected him to say trust and all these things, but this is what he said: forgiving each other. He said forgiving each other is what has kept his marriage together for 45 years. They've had issues, they've hurt each other, but forgiving each other is what has kept them together. And this is what I realized. You can love somebody so deeply, but be unwilling to forgive them when they do something wrong to you. And this also makes me understand that there are so many marriages that are breaking up, not because of what happened or what the partner did to you, but they're being in a place where you are not able to forgive them. And so keep watching, because I'm going to help you be able to forgive your partner and have a good marriage, because people change and people do things that they hurt you, but they change. And it's good to just be in a place where you give them another chance. So when you can't forgive, what happens? I want to show you an example of what happens when you can't forgive. If you're not able to forgive somebody, you give them power to control you. They've hurt you, they've already done what they did to you, but if you don't forgive them, you give them power to carry on controlling you. I'm going to give you an example. Some time back, somebody hurt me, and they did something that really was bad. It was tough. And I could not forgive them for some time, or I did not understand that I had not been able to forgive them. And this is what would happen. Every time I would go somewhere where they are and I would see them, it would mess up my whole day. That whole day was messed up. Or one time actually, I was invited to preach somewhere and they were there, and I wanted to cancel it. And this is the thing. I wanted to cancel what I've been called to do because of somebody who hurt me. They hurt me, they've continued with their lives, I'm stuck there, and they're still continuing to control me and control what I'm supposed to do, that I want to cancel a meeting. My whole day is messed up because of this person. I have given them so much power to control me. And this is the thing, nobody deserves so much power to control your life after they have hurt you. Nobody deserves that power. But the choice is yours. Do you want them to continue controlling you, or do you want to let them go and forgive them? And the thing is that they might not even apologize for it, but you don't need them to apologize to forgive them. Don't let somebody that hurt you in the past have power over your present. It was the former South African President Nelson Mandela who said this, and this was when he was walking out of prison after many years of being in prison. This is what he said: "As I walked out the door towards the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison." He understood that after very many years of being in prison, if he never left the bitterness behind, he will still be imprisoned. And this is the thing: when you can't forgive, you are a prisoner to the person who hurt you. You still remain in prison. So you must make up your mind today that you will refuse to be a prisoner to that person and forgive them and let them go. And I know it sounds so easy, but it's not easy, but it's a decision that you need to make, that you will let go of that person. Forgiving is a conscious decision to release the feelings of resentment towards someone who hurt you. I'm going to say that again. It is a conscious decision to release the feelings of resentment towards someone who hurt you. You just release every resentment, every hatred and anger that you have towards them, and you let them go. What are the benefits of forgiving somebody? Because I know somebody is asking, okay, they hurt me, they did all these things. What is the benefit of me forgiving them? First of all, when you forgive somebody, you're not doing it for them, you are doing it for you. So it is important to understand that it is not for them, you are doing it to be able to free you. I want to describe unforgiveness in a way that you probably understand. And forgiveness is like a person who is walking through a path that is full of cobwebs. You are walking, but your path is full of cobwebs. You can't see clearly, you can't move properly, you're trying to remove all these. That is what unforgiveness is. And so when you forgive, you are clearing the cobwebs out of the way, and you're clearing your path to be able to progress and move forward. Because one of the things that you have to understand unforgiveness does, it hinders your progress. It causes you to stay in one place. In fact, the Bible says that even your prayers cannot be heard. Before you go and pray, you need to forgive somebody. So you don't want to be a Christian and you spend all your life in prayer and fasting and all these things, but you have a lot of unforgiveness and it's hindering your prayer. And that is a strategy to hinder your progress. So that is one reason that should make you forgive somebody, that your prayers may be heard, that you move away from your clogged path towards your greatness and towards your purpose. And so that's one reason. Forgiving is a major step equally towards emotional healing. You can never heal from emotional pain without forgiving. The first thing is you need to forgive somebody to be able to heal from emotional pain. Forgiving somebody stops you from suffering. When you forgive, you are saying, I'm choosing another way other than suffering, because not forgiving somebody makes you suffer from the action, from what they did to you. Forgiving releases you to progress and move forward in your assignment. It unclogs your future, and I've just mentioned about that because it's a strategy to hinder you from progressing. And when you begin to look at it from this perspective, that it's hindering you from progressing, what you do is that you do it because of you, not because of the other person. Because you need to progress, you need to move forward, you need to let go of that thing. You cannot move forward when you're looking back at the rear view mirror. You can't. You have to let go and keep moving forward. Now, when you forgive somebody, it does not mean that you must reconcile with them. No. It doesn't mean that. What it means is that you are removing the power from them to control you, and you are allowing yourself to move forward. How do you forgive yourself? Because there are two people here. You could have done something that you hurt others, or you hurt yourself. You did something that it's your fault, and you need to forgive yourself, or it could be you're forgiving others. So I'm going to talk about how do you forgive yourself. The first thing, begin that by understanding that you are human and you will make mistakes. You're human, you will make mistakes. And so when you understand that, then you don't beat yourself so hard. You give room to be able to forgive yourself. The second thing is understand that what you did is in the past. As long as what you did is not happening now, you have already stopped it, then it's in the past. It is not now. Let the past be past. Let it go and just choose to forgive yourself. Keep the past at the past. The other thing is that turn it to a learning lesson. The best part of a mistake is when you pick up lessons from it. And this is the thing, every single experience in our life has something that you can learn from. It has lessons that you can learn from and become a better person. Always ask yourself, how did I get here? And when you answer that, ask yourself, what will I do to make myself a better person? Ask yourself, how did I get here? How will I make sure that I don't repeat this thing again? And when you ask those questions, it will help you pick up lessons from it. Then decide to forgive yourself and choose to do things better next time. Choose that you're going to do things better next time. So, take a moment and sit down and talk to yourself. Just have a conversation with yourself. I did this, I hurt somebody, or I hurt myself. I lost my integrity in the process of things, or I lost stuff, or I lost friendship, or I lost my marriage, or I lost something could have happened when that happened. So after that, I decide from today, I choose to forgive myself from that action, and I choose to be a better person from today. And I choose that from today, I will not look at myself from the eyes of what happened to me, but I will look at myself afresh. I will look at a new me, because I know that I am free from what happened. And you know what? Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and just forgive yourself. Love yourself enough to give yourself another chance. Love yourself enough to give yourself another chance. Now, in case you hurt somebody else, it will be just important if you get the chance. Because there are people you probably hurt and they don't want to see you, they can't stand you, and they have not reached a place where they're able to forgive you. And so if that's the case, there's nothing you can do about it. But if there is somebody you hurt and you are able to go to them and ask them for forgiveness, it will be nice to do it. Just go to them. You don't have to go to the details of things. Just by you saying, I am sorry for what I did, please forgive me, will mean so much. And it will also help you release yourself from the thing. So if you're able to do it, go ahead and go and ask somebody to forgive you. Just say those words to them, and it might need you to calm down and breathe again and put down your pride, but just go and do it. And it will be very important to be able to do that. How do you forgive those who hurt you? When people hurt us, we have a choice to make. We can choose to stay in resentment and anger and even the feeling of revenge, or we can choose to forgive them. That choice belongs to us. It's only us who can do that. And if you stay in resentment, if you stay in bitterness and anger, what it does, that it becomes poison to your body, and it can even cause you sickness. In fact, unforgiveness is now classified as a disease in medical books. According to a research by Dr. Michael Barry, all cancer patients, 61% have unforgiveness issues. Imagine 61% of all cancer patients have unforgiveness issues. And that is why some facilities have incorporated forgiveness therapy into cancer patients' overall treatment. Why? Because they understand that some people, it could just be unforgiveness that is keeping them in this sickness. There is a saying that says, unforgiveness is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die of it. You're taking poison, but you expect the other person to die of it. So free yourself from that poison. Don't allow yourself to keep so much in you. Forgive and let the other person go. Always choose to forgive than to revenge. There is a Chinese proverb that says, he who seeks revenge should remember to dig 2 graves. One grave for the one that you're revenging on, and one grave for yourself, because resentment will definitely kill you. And I like that, because it helps. It reminds you that you have to understand that unforgiveness will cause you poison, and it will cause you sicknesses, and that resentment can cause you to kill yourself slowly. When you forgive, you are releasing the feelings of anger, the feelings of resentment, and everything that you have carried with that pain. It releases you from suffering. And so make up your mind today that you will forgive somebody that hurt you. Make up your mind that you forgive. How will you do that? Take a pen. Make a list of every person that has hurt you. There could be 1 or 2 or 5 or whatever, how many there are. Take a list, take a pen and write them down. Writing is a very important thing. I'll prefer you write it down than using your iPads or your laptops or whatever you use. Take up and write their names down. On each name, write what they did to you. When you're doing that, you're releasing the resentment, the anger, and that whole thing that has been in you that they did to you. After you've written it down, make a prayer before your God and ask you, God, help me release the resentment, help me release the anger, and help me release whatever it is that this person has done to me, their suffering. Because some of it could be very serious stuff, like they killed a relative, and that it's very painful. Ask God to help you to release that and to let it out, to let that pain out. After you have done that, go to God again and make a prayer and speak it loudly that from today I choose to release so and so from this and this and this and this that they did to me. Go to the second name. Today I choose to forgive so and so from this and this and this they did to me. I choose to let go of every anger, of every resentment, and everything that they did to me. I choose to forgive them from today. Now, when you do that, you've mentioned their name, you've said it loudly, and you've even explained, you've said what they did to you. It has helped you release it and make up your mind that from today I forgive all of them, and I will not remember, I will not keep reminding myself of what they did, and I will just let it go. I will forget about it. Then decide that to close that chapter completely. Decide to close that chapter completely. And this is the thing. The thoughts of what they did to you will come, but anytime they come, remind yourself, no, I'm not going to allow these thoughts to happen to me. I've already forgiven this person. It's in the past. Whenever the thoughts come, say it loudly, no, I forgive them. It's in the past. Fight it until you get to a place that you win. You may not be able to embrace them immediately. You may not be able to love them and embrace them and be friendly with them like you did. But as time goes by, as you keep confessing you have forgiven them, you will really realize that feeling of hatred and resentment goes. And slowly by slowly, you'll be able to love them. Slowly by slowly, you'll be able to embrace them. And you will be able to have total reconciliation with them if the reconciliation may be needed. The best gift you can give yourself this Christmas is to forgive somebody and enjoy the freedom that comes with forgiving them and even forgiving yourself. Thank you for watching Deep Talk. I'm so glad that you are able to get help by this program. I have received so much tremendous, overwhelming feedback from people that are watching and they're getting helped. I want to ask you, share with your friends. Share the link on YouTube with somebody. Share it on Facebook and let somebody get helped like you have gotten helped. And every 2 weeks we load a new program. So I want you to subscribe on YouTube so that you will know when the program comes in. Once again, thank you so much. God bless you.